The storm came without warning. The darkened sky churned with ominous clouds, and jagged streaks of lightning split the heavens, illuminating a desolate landscape below. Joshua Cade, a human veteran and single father, pressed his back against the side of a crumbling shelter, shielding his son, Leo, from the whipping wind and rain. "Dad, I'm scared," Leo whispered, his small hands clutching the tattered sleeve of Joshua's coat. Joshua forced a reassuring smile, even as his own stomach twisted with unease. "I know, buddy. But we're safe here. For now. Just stay close to me, okay?" He had spent years in the military, trained for battles across worlds, navigating the cold emptiness of space and the chaos of alien war zones. He had faced fear, death, and impossible odds. But nothing could have prepared him for this, a storm like nothing in the historical weather logs. A wrath of nature that seemed almost sentient. Joshua scanned the horizon through the downpour. The settlement they had been traveling through was in ruins, half buried by mudslides and snapped trees. The storm had driven the few surviving residents into hiding, leaving the streets eerily empty. Joshua's military instincts kicked in. He needed shelter, supplies, and a plan. Most of all, he needed hope for himself and for Leo. "Look, Dad. Over there." Leo pointed toward a faint glimmer through the rain near the remains of an old hangar. Joshua squinted. The light was soft, almost pulsing. At first, he thought it was a trick of the storm, a reflection on wet metal. But then he noticed the shaper, sleek, metallic object, partially obscured by debris. Its design was unfamiliar, alien, yet somehow elegant. "Stay here," Joshua said, keeping his voice calm. He moved cautiously toward the object, his trained eyes scanning for threats. His military past told him to be careful, to assume hostility. But there was something different about this. As he drew closer, the storm seemed to lessen slightly around the object. It hummed faintly, a resonant vibration that reverberated through his chest. It wasn't a ship he recognized from any human fleet. Its surface shimmered, almost translucent in places, revealing faint internal lights that pulsed like a heartbeat. Joshua's heart pounded. He knew enough about alien technology to recognize that this was advanced, far beyond anything humanity had yet created. And it wasn't abandoned. Suddenly, a panel on the side of the vessel slid open silently. A figure emerged, a being of light and energy, humanoid in shape, but clearly not human. Its form glowed with a soft blue luminescence, and it raised a hand in a gesture that was oddly familiar, almost like a wave. Joshua froze. His instincts screamed caution. "Leo, stay here," he whispered, though part of him wanted to run, to hide like the storm itself was chasing them. The being spoke, but not in words. The sound was a melodic resonance, a series of tones that vibrated directly in Joshua's mind. "Do not fear. You have survived. You are needed." Joshua's military training told him to be skeptical. But there was an undeniable warmth in the message, a clarity that cut through the chaos of the storm. He stepped forward. I don't understand," he said aloud, though he sensed the being could hear him perfectly. "You are a protector. You have the heart of a warrior. You and your son are safe here, if you choose to trust." Joshua felt a strange calm wash over him. He looked back at Leo, who was watching him with wide eyes, still clutching his coat. "Come on, Leo," he said, gently lifting his son. "We're going to see something amazing." The being's hand extended toward them. As they approached, the storm seemed to part around the vessel, the rain and wind softening. When they reached the craft, a ramp extended smoothly from its hull, inviting them inside. Inside the vessel was nothing like Joshua had imagined. The interior was bright, airy, and alive with light. Panels of transparent material displayed star maps, alien symbols, and streams of information he couldn't yet read. The being guided them to a chamber that radiated warmth and safety. "You are not alone," the being said. "You are part of something greater now. Humanity has potential, and you, Joshua Cade, embody that potential." Joshua felt a lump in his throat. After years of fighting, surviving, and losing, he had never felt this. Understood, not just as a soldier, but as a father, a human, a protector. "Why us?" he asked. "Because you fight not for power, but for love. You protect not for reward, but for duty. You are human." The simplicity of the statement hit him harder than any alien weapon ever could. In a universe filled with advanced civilizations, brutal wars, and cosmic indifference, humanity's defining trait, its compassion, its resilience, its relentless courage was what had drawn the attention of this being, and perhaps others like it. "Leo," Joshua said softly, "we're going to be okay." Not just okay, more than okay. His son's eyes widened as the vessel's walls shimmered, revealing a view of space that was breathtaking in its vastness. Stars, nebulae, and distant planets stretched infinitely in every direction. For the first time in months, Joshua felt a spark of wonder, a reminder that the universe wasn't only dangerous, was beautiful, full of possibilities. The being approached, and from its hand, a small sphere hovered in the air. Inside, it contained a miniature simulation of Earth. Oceans, forests, and cities rotated slowly. "This is your world. Your people are in danger, but they are not beyond hope." Joshua's mind raced. Could this technology really help humanity? Could he, a single father, a mere human among titans of the cosmos, make a difference? "You are needed," the being repeated, "not to fight with weapons, but to inspire, to lead, to remind your kind of what they can be." Joshua looked at Leo, whose small hand was in his. I think we can do it," he whispered, and for the first time, he truly believed it. The storm outside began to subside, its fury broken. Joshua knew that their lives would never be the same. They had been tested by nature, by circumstance, by war, but humanity's indomitable spirit, his own courage, and the love for his son had brought them here, and now a door had opened not just to safety, but to destiny. He turned back to the being. "What do we do next?" "Learn, grow, protect. Humanity will remember this day, and you, Joshua Cade, will be a beacon as the vessel lifted off the ground and soared into the heavens." Joshua held Leo close. The storm was behind them, and ahead lay a universe filled with challenges, wonders, and possibilities. And for the first time in his life, he understood what it truly meant to be human and why the stars themselves had taken notice. Asterisk,